Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. Now lately I've been getting a few questions asking me how am I and if I'm as happy as I appear on screen. And the truth is, no, I'm not happy right now. I have been feeling very unhappy this past week and I haven't purposely hid that from you. It's literally just occurred over this past week and I thought I would tell you about it. Now, I put up a mask to everybody. I think I've said this in a video before that I naturally like to hide my feelings. I'm a very private person in that sense of I hide my emotions behind a big smile and I pretend that everything is okay even when it's very clearly not. And I do that with everybody. I do that with people that I don't know. I do that with family, friends. That's just who I am, and I don't remember a time where I didn't have that smiley mask. So I wasn't purposely misleading you. This has literally just happened this past week. What happened is I have just noticed my mood has just dropped considerably low. I was doing okay and I just noticed that all of a sudden my mood has just taken this big slope downwards and it came out of nowhere. There was no specific reason why. There was no cause. There was nothing that something tragic happened that made it happen. It was just out of nowhere, out the blue, my mood went. And as a lot of people with a mental illness will know, that happens from time to time when you're having what seems like a good sort of run of not too many bad days and you feel like a bit comfortable. Out comes this big wave of sadness and it completely knocks you off your feet. And that's what happened this week. And I have always been a firm believer in that I don't want my mental illness to beat me. Ever since my suicide attempt, I've always said that I won't let my mental illness win. In the end, I won't let my mental illness win. But some battles, mental illnesses win. And this week, I don't like to say it, I don't like to admit it, but this week my mental illness beat me. It completely beat me. And I have been left just burnt out. The best way that I can describe to you what I'm feeling is imagine like I am a match and my mental illness is the fire at the end of the match that's just been lit, and it starts to burn its way down the match, and no matter how much you try to blow it out or wave it off, wave the fire out, sometimes you can get it out and you win and the match is still left with a considerable amount, but sometimes the fire wins and it gets completely burnt out. And this week, the fire won, my mental illness won, and I am completely burnt out. And I think those battles are the hardest ones, the ones that come out of nowhere. Because when you have a reason to blame on something, whether it was like when I got really sad and depressed about my head illness, that was a reason for that. It was my illness. But when they come out of nowhere for no reason, they're the hardest ones to face and to fight because you're fighting nothing. And it's hard, and I've said this before and I will always say it, that it is a hard thing to do. You are fighting this demon that lives inside of you every minute of every single day. There is no rest from it. Sometimes you sleep and it comes to you in nightmares. All the times you are kept awake and you can't sleep, and there is just no escape from the mental illness. And having to fight that every minute of every day, it is tiring and it burns out energy and it just takes a part of you away each day that once was there before. And some days it makes it hard to want to get up and do things. It makes it hard to want to live that day. It makes it hard to just see a reason to why you should get up that day and why you should live the next day. It makes living a life very, very hard. So I faced a couple of hard days this past week where I just wanted to curl up and just forget about the world. I didn't want to see outside. I didn't want to experience life. I just wanted to hide and I wanted the day to end, and I didn't want it. I was tired of fighting. I was tired, just generally tired, and I was lost and afraid that this week my mental illness beat me and how do you come back from such a defeat? And normally in the past, when my mental illness has defeated me, I would have gone to self-harm. Like I said in last week's video, self-harm was a big part of my life, and I would have used that, and that would have given me sort of the strength and the release that I needed. But I can't do that anymore. I need to find other ways, and that is hard to try and rely on something new when you already know in your back of your head that you have a way that works. So this week has been really hard. I am still struggling. I didn't want to get up and film. I normally look forward to filming these videos, to being able to interact with you guys and just be a part of the support group. But this week it was a battle. It was a battle to get up and sort of sit in front of the camera and just say what I'm feeling, because I'm burnt out and I'm just completely at a loss. And this week I just would like to erase, and I hate admitting that it won, and it's hard knowing that I have to start another week of battle against this mental illness again. And it's hard because I don't feel like I have the strength enough to fight it anymore. And I know that some of you feel it, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you feel it, that sometimes you just don't want to fight. You want to break. You want to just act your age, act what your friends are doing, or you just want to sit in silence or just do something without fighting your own being and fighting this illness. So this week I have just been at a loss. My mood has just got worse, and my mental illness burnt me down, and it won. And I am tired, physically and mentally. I'm upset, I'm sad, and I really don't feel like I'm ready to face another week of battles. But I also know that I can't give up, because giving up is not an option. I attempted to give up once, and I made that choice to spit out those tablets and to carry on living, and that is a choice that I stand by, and that is a choice that I believe was the right choice then, and it is still the right choice now. So I'm not gonna give up, no matter how hard it gets, no matter how tired I get, no matter how sad and upset I get, no matter how many times I want to quit. I'm not going to. And sometimes all it takes is just to let your feelings out, and that is what I have been doing a lot this week. When I have a chance to be alone, I will just cry and just be emotional, be an emotional wreck, be an emotional mess. I will cry, or I will just punch a pillow, and I will just be emotional and get out some feelings that I have held in, and it helps to just be that mess, to be that emotional mess. And if that's what it takes for me to keep fighting, then that is something I'm willing to do, because I am not gonna let this thing beat me. I stand by what I said last week about self-harm. I stand by the choice I made to carry on living, and no matter how tough it gets, no matter how much I want to go back to self-harm, no matter how tempting suicide is, that isn't an option for me no more, and I have to fight this. Just before the end of the video, I would like to thank everybody for the amazing support the last video got, the self-harm addiction video got. It really did mean a lot to me to hear your stories and to hear what you think about self-harm, and just for the general love. It really did mean the world to me, and that really helped me this week. Having your guys' support from that video helped me carry through this terrible week. So I hope you guys are doing better than I am this week, and if you're having as rubbish week as I am, or even worse, just remember, the mental illness might win the little battles, but you can win the overall battle. No matter how tough it gets, no matter how tempting self-harm, suicide or anything else is, you are stronger than that, and you can do it. I believe in you, the support group believes in you, and somewhere deep inside of you is a belief in yourself that you just have to find. So thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye guys.